At the starting of the week, at Summit Talks, you'll hear them speak. It's only Monday.
Good morning, Vietnam. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of It's Only Monday podcast. I'm your boy JT, and this is the podcast to put a little pep in your step. This is the podcast to make a Monday feel like a Friday. This is the podcast to get your Mondays going. Woo! Feels good to be saying that again. How you guys been? I hope you've been good. I hope you've been great. I've been great. I've been good. Oh, I got a lot of energy. And the reason I have a lot of energy is because your boy, have been hitting the gym hard. I've been lifting, running, sprinting, stretching sometimes, core, hit workouts, all of it, man. And you know what? It's so funny. The more, it's not funny. If you don't know this, you should know this. But if you don't know this, the more you work out, the more energy you have. Yes, you'll be more tired, but the energy you got keeps you going. But make sure you stay on your schedule. I'm eating better, not the best, but way better. Sleeping, all that jazz. But you know what it is. Had to come through. How'd you guys? Monday morning, wherever you at this Monday morning, whether you're on the way to work, you're taking care of the kids, you're got the summer off right now with the kids, you are at the gym, you have your day off, you are on your way to work, whatever it is you're doing right now. Yo, happy Monday. Happy Monday. I'm glad you guys are tuning in. You could be anywhere in the world right now, and you are. But because of the internet, it makes it possible that you could be here with me, your boy JT. So I hope you guys, let me adjust my mic a little bit. I hope you guys had a great week. And I hope you had a great weekend. I hope you had a great prior week. I hope you had I know it's been a little minute since you've seen me, maybe about a month. So I hope you had a great 4 weeks. I hope you've been chasing it, getting in, doing things. Today I got like a really good thing I want to talk about with y'all. It's a very niche topic. Not really niche topic. It's a niche. It's gonna really apply to a niche set of people here. So this might not apply to you. If it doesn't, it's all good. I got so many other episodes, and we got so much more future episodes. But the reason I wanted to speak about this is because it's something that I've been feeling. So I think it's something that you guys might be feeling as well, or a few of you, someone, whatever. It's always about that one person that I can connect with. So let me kind of get to it. As I've been saying, I've been in the gym, which has been great. So a little bit about me, since you might not know, you're kind of coming here for the first time, or, you don't really know. Prior to the messed up year of 2020, back in the day, I was like, let's go even back. High school times, I was very skinny, right? And then like in my 20s, I started working out. I was skinny, so I didn't have any fat or anything. So I only put on, when I did start working out, lifting and eating a lot, it's just muscle, right? Muscle, because I was skin and bones. Fast forward, so I was D's. I got really big, very muscular, great, loved it. Let's move forward. As time goes, there's days that I would months where I would kind of let it go, like I would work out for stuff. That's what I do. I would work out for things. So if there was a big event coming, I'd, go crazy, get in shape for that. And, you guys do it, man. People go on vacation. They get ready a month before, a week before, you're going crazy in the gym for a vacation. Once vacation's over, you're kind of chilling again to the next thing. So I kind of did that I would stay consistently in the gym, but there was times where, I could afford taking times off because my body was so in shape. But, as I got older, well, no, I always realized I could do that. It only took me 3 weeks. It was always 3 weeks. I could go in the gym, and within 3 weeks, I knew once that 3-week mark hit, I got everything back to my raw, which was great. Then, I tried doing that, and as I got older, I kept thinking I could do that again and again. But what happened was, as time progressed, it didn't really bounce back that quick, but I still was able to make it bounce back. Then 2020 happened. Crap year for everybody. Or 2021, you know what I mean? So gyms closed, businesses closed, so much things. So at the end of the day, it couldn't work out. And I think that was the most I've ever let myself, I don't want to say let myself go, but I've never seen myself like that before. And a lot of people have the same story about that. So fast forward to now, I'm back in the gym. I'm like, doing my thing. Everything's open, back in the routine. I'm seeing everything come back. But this is where I have this topic where I want to say it's kind of niche, right? Where I'm saying a few of you will relate to this. The frustration that comes with, and this can be within any realm, but I'm speaking about the gym right now because I guess I can speak to that at the moment, but this can also go to many things. So what am I talking about? Let me shake it back a little bit. So now that you know my gym story, there's people, you get frustration because you want to be somewhere, whether it's in life, career, whatever, and certain goals you have, and you're not there yet, right? You're not there just yet. And this is the part where it's not niche, where this is the broader term. You're like, oh, I want to get here. I want to do this, or I know I want to be this, etc. Put this as whatever you want to be. Let's say in career, but you haven't been there before. So you only can project what your mind thinks this is. Like, you're like, oh, this is what I think it would be like, and I want to be here, right? So that's the broad stroke. Let's say you're a young person that wants to be in a certain career at a certain level, and you want to get promoted to it or work your way up, but you're not getting there yet, but you know where you want to go, but you've never been there before, and you've never seen it in the sense of you actually being there. So you don't know exactly what this thing looks like. You know what you want it to look like, but you don't know what it actually is. That's the broad stroke. Now, the niche stroke is where my whole gym story kind of comes in a sense of you've been here before. You got into your max, let's go to the career part. Let's say you've been somewhere in your career, you've been to that epitome or whatever mark you've been to, or you've been on your way there, right? In my gym story, I've been D's, I've been muscular before. So now I'm working to get it back. And it's the frustration that comes with, oh man, like going through the motions that you've been through before. And you're like, your goal is set. Cause let me backtrack a bit. I have a goal for it now for my gym goal that's 6 years out. So you already know if I'm making it 6 years out, it's like a pretty lofty goal, but I know I can get there. And on my way there right now, the frustration is like there's parts now I'm finally getting back in shape, getting everything back, my stamina, cardio, muscular, all that kind of stuff. Great. But I've been here before. So it's kind of this annoying like step of frustration of like, hey, I've been here before. I want to fast track and get back to where I was. And not even just that, but past that. And this is what I want to talk about this morning, because I feel like there's people that might be in this situation, not for the gym. It could be for the gym. The gym is an easy way to kind of explain it because it's like, I'm not a fitness like Mike Rashid or Simeon Panda, those guys. But, I like for my own personal self to be in shape. So it's not like it's a job in a sense of like my career depends on it. It's just that like I personally want to be in shape. I personally want to be healthy, etc. But let's take it away from the gym and put it onto like something about career or something that you want to do. Someone out there, you guys, you might be wanting to be in a position that is, like that. Like you've been there before and you're kind of maybe restarting, right? Let's say, because after 2020, oh shoot, let me make eye contact with y'all. It's been a minute. Damn, you look good. Hi, you've been in the gym too, right? Okay, cool. All right. After 2020, I think there was a lot of people that was stagnant or a pause. Everyone had a pause in their life because of 2020. Granted, right? The world pretty much shut down. So I know I can be speaking to someone in this sense. And the reason why I'm saying niche, because I'm talking to the people where you've been at the height of whatever it is you want to be at, the height of your career, the height of, some goal you have, height of, I can say the gym or whatever. So whatever it is that you've been to before and you're doing it again, like you can insert that there. I like to keep this broad because, the people that listen, you could be, in any field, you don't have to just be in the gym and fitness or creative or anything like that. So that's why I like to keep it very broad so you can just take yourself and put yourself in the mold there, right? So with that being said, the reason is the frustration. I want to talk about the frustration that comes with it. And obviously, this is a conversation that's I forget the word I'm trying to think about right now. I'll probably think about it as I'm editing this, but in the meantime, I can't think about it right now. Cathartic. This is kind of cathartic because at the end of the day, I'm kind of really speaking, I think, to myself, but I know this advice can go to someone else. So that's why I kind of want to be like, all right, cool. Let me spit it out into the ether and then like someone else can get it at the same time. But the frustration that comes with aiming for a goal that you've already been around in the sense of you've seen it. You personally know what it looks like, and higher, so you know that you can achieve the higher part, but having to go through the motions to get back to that where that is. It's kind of like the boulder up a hill. Imagine you pushed a boulder up a hill and you got to a certain point that was pretty high, whatever it is, or even in the middle or whatever, but it rolled back down. And now you're in the process of rolling it back up. And, let's say it's pretty far, you got to roll it back up to just get back to where you were. You are who I'm talking to today. The frustration, I understand it. The frustration of I've been here before. I don't need to be doing it. I want to get past. And the impatience. I'm not talking about the impatience of the person that's never been there before. And that's what I'm trying to say. Like, if you've never rolled the boulder up the hill and you're just like kind of projecting what you want, but you've never seen it, you've never actually done it, I understand your frustration and you'll get there, but you got to go through the motions and do the stuff before you can really, be out there complaining about it. Like, your frustration is valid, but it's not valid because you're frustrated about something you've never fully done. You got to get there. So you are not who I'm talking to right now, but I understand that, I think that's more of a younger thing too. We've all been there where we want to be in a certain place or doing certain things. And we know we got the skill, we got the talent, and maybe things ain't coming together how it's supposed to at the moment, but you also are not realizing that the way it's going to come together is not the way that you probably imagined, which is fine. It's fine, but like you won't realize that until you go through it. And it usually ends up being a blessing so much more than what you're thinking. But the person now that's in this more niche conversation now I'm saying is like, you've been there before and you're now trying to get yourself back in. I understand the frustration sucks. It sucks because it's like, there's days where you have a high, you know what I mean? You're like, yeah, like I'm back into the mode, which is, you love that. But then there's that part where you're like, okay, I want to get to like the real goal part in the sense of the work that I haven't seen yet, right? Let's say, I wish I knew the Army like levels of stuff because that would be a perfect way to explain this, but I don't know the Army levels. But like, I know there's like corporal, lieutenant, all this kind of stuff, but I'm not even gonna try to go there because I don't know it like that. But let's just say, no, I don't even know those ones too well. Just to go from level 1 to 10, let's make it simple. Level 1 to 10, you've been at maybe a level 6 before. Now having to go all the way and roll the boulder back up the hill and go to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's like, it's great when you get back to like 4 and you're like, okay, I remember these. I remember this. This is lit. I remember this and it's good. But like, you're kind of like, okay, I want to start working on 7, 8, 9. But you got to go through the motions again. And there's a thing I heard it. I don't know where I heard it from, so I'm not going to try to quote it, but I'll speak to the idea of it, which is momentum. And I think that's the thing about it. Momentum is in life, we build momentum with the things we do. Whether, with me, it's the gym, there was momentum and consistency that I built when I got myself to the level where, I loved it, and then obviously the 2020 that put the world on hold, screwed up a lot of that momentum for people, right? So a lot of people are looking right now to build back the momentum, whether it is, and again, I'm leaving this open so you can plug in your issues, but the momentum, whether it's the gym, whether it's work, career, relationships, I don't know. But the frustration of getting back to a certain place is the first point. And you like, I've been here before. I want to get there quicker. I'm here to tell you that like, you still just got to go through the motions, man. You got to go through the motions. You got to go through the step. That's it. There's no ands, if, or buts around it. Like, everyone on the internet will try to sell you. And I know this is the part where you're like, you don't want to hear. This is the boring part. This is the part where you're like, what do you mean? Like, I don't want to hear this. Like, tell me the hack to get there. But if everyone is going to lie to you on the internet and tell you that there's some special hack or thing you can do, whatever, you're going to waste your time looking for all those answers when, and I kind of had this concept before where we talked about this, was that like the answer is right in front of you. The answer is simple. The answer is the way through. You got to just put in step by step and go through it again. There's nothing else I can tell you that's going to like make it easier. There's no shortcut. There's nothing I can really say. Like I even had to tell myself that, and it was like, damn, but it made me realize that I will turn this into such a lifestyle that I will never, ever let that happen again. I don't even care if the world goes on hold again. I will find a way, whether it's lifting up just like sheets of bags of rice or furniture, whatever. I will make sure I will never, ever let myself get any out of shape ever again. So, I want you to have that mindset when it comes to now, whatever you're plugging into this conversation. Whatever you're plugging into this conversation, this is the mindset I want you to have. So whether it's career, work, relationships, I don't know what you're going through or what it is, but whatever you're trying to build the momentum back up on again, after you get there, make it a thing where you will never, ever let it drop back below. Your new standard is the height you reach. Okay, that's what the new standard. This is what this conversation is going to be called. This one's going to be called the new standard for this podcast episode. Okay, let's go for like 2 more minutes because, again, this is like I want these quick shorts, get to the point, so you guys can get this and go. But thank you for tuning in. Your new standard has to be this. When you finally get to that level again, don't let it drop. Don't say, okay, cool. Don't be that person. I'm going to chill and let it slide. And, when vacation comes and I'm going to hustle again to get no. And I'm using this again. I'm going to say this the last time. Again, plug your issue into this conversation. It has to be your new standard. That's it. No ands if or buts. So the moral of the story, first part, there's no shortcuts, man. The answer's simple. Like I said in another podcast episode, I get it. It's frustrating. You've been there before. You know what it looks like. You're like, okay, like I've done this before. Like it's fun. Like I'm getting back to it. But like, all right, man, I want to get back to like now where I was and start working higher than that. The only way is to get to it is through. It's like the forest. The only way through is to go through. So once you know that and you come to terms with that, because there was this one day where I was kind of just like, frustrated. I'm like, oh man, like, yeah, I like it. Like my body's going back to what it was, but man, like I miss like just like what it was so I can be focusing on, because my main goal now is way bigger, right? My main goal is bigger than what I've ever done before. And I have that with a bunch of things right now, but it's like, I've seen it. So I'm like, okay, I got to get back to where I was in order to continue that, right? And that's the frustrating part. So the reason why I'm saying niche is because not everyone's in this conversation. I think there's many people that are in this conversation and you are going through this and you are building that momentum back up on whatever it is, back to the place of where you had it and now trying to go further with your goal this time. But just understand that frustration of like trying to get there. I understand it, but you just got to do it. And it's the learning that point right there should teach you never, ever let it drop ever again. Never, never. Once you get that boulder up that hill, do not let it roll back down. Your new standard is the boulder at the top of the hill or whatever it is you want it to be. Like again, I was going from levels 1 to 10. If it's level 7, that's your standard. You can always reach higher or whatever. Cool. But and that's another conversation we can have about like the idea of having like, perfectionism. That's a good, we'll talk about perfectionism another time, next episode. But the idea of your standard has to be now that. And this will, last thing I'll say, when you go through these type of things, it's kind of like hands-on, right? You got to be hands-on with things in order for it to really learn. Like theory and people telling you things is one thing, but being hands-on and actually going through it, there's nothing else that really gets you to fully understand than that. So with that being said, if you're going through this, you got to see it through. You got to see it through, my boy. But once you see it through, I want you to remember that this is going to be your new standard. Don't let it drop because you've seen what you know what it feels like now, right? Of having to go through something. I already been here before. Why I got to do it all over again? Right? Push the boulder up the hill, man. You got to do it again. But once you get out this time, do not let it slip ever again. All right. That's what I got to say this Monday morning. Thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you are having a great day, great morning. I hope you got your coffee and, your day is going well, or you're working out. You just got mad energy already, but I'm your boy, JT. That's it for today. It's only Monday. It's just another day of the week, but let's make it great, good, amazing. Let's make it ours. Thank God for another day. I should say at the top of that, but thank God for another day. You get to see another one and you get to use another one to the best of your ability. I'm your boy, JT. It's Only Monday Podcast. Signing out. Peace.